All right.
What's going on?
It is late. I got home late. Look at this. I got home late from work. It's the middle of I work at night. It's the middle of the day already. Unbelievable. But one of my buddies at work was telling me, he was watching the other video I did of this one, and he was asking me, oh, how'd you do that leg so fast? I mean, I have such problems with legs, so I erased it, and we're going to do it again, and this time I'm going to show you how to draw a leg. So I was thinking about the pose last time. This curve of the leg was a little bit too severe. It almost looks as if she's being blown back by an explosion from this side, and when that happens, the body looks a little bit flimsy, so it doesn't have the feeling, the presence of that it's under its own control and it knows what it's doing. Let me close this damn door. All right, so because of that, I want to straighten the leg out a little bit. Turn this light on. I want to straighten it out so that it, instead of going from, sweeping in this direction, I'm going to essentially put it going straight to the floor. It's not going to be on the floor. She's going to be jumping still, but it's going to be facing in that direction. There's a foot I was practicing. I like that foot. And yes, I practice on my own final work. And yes, I do ink before I'm finished with my rendering or my skeleton, my sketch, because I got to keep myself interested. If I don't start inking, I'll lose interest, and then you know how it works. You got to keep yourself interested, or else you're never going to get anything done. So what I wanted to show, for the first part anyway, was the overall. You do want to start at the hip. You want to start at the hip and bring it down to where that bone might end, right about here, where this other kneecap is. And you put a circle there. Light. Well, this is really. It's a soft lead. It doesn't draw really light because it doesn't show up really well on here. If I do, for instance, like this. This is a 4H pencil, and you can barely see what I'm doing. Whereas this is much softer. It's not as easy to erase, but you can see when I'm sketching, it shows up a lot darker. So the muscle has, or the thigh, the upper thigh, has about, if you're looking at it from the front, 3 main muscles. You have your big quad here that connects to the, well, they all connect to the kneecap, but it's the biggest muscle that you're going to see, that people are going to notice. Then you have the side one, and which also connects, and then you have this other one here that comes down like so. Now, starting from the hip area, you have 2 strap muscles that come down like so, here and here. And then if this leg was turned a little further this way, then you would actually see this real big tendon, this vein coming from the crotch, a real prominent one. And but because of the way it's angled, you're not really going to see that. It's going to be mostly in shadow. So the 3 main muscles you want to concentrate on are this one here, this one, and this one, and they all meet up here at the kneecap. And sorry if I'm being loud, but I could finally talk loud because I don't have my pregnant wife sleeping on the other side of that wall. When I get home from work, it's usually the middle of the night, and I don't want to disturb her because she's right now she's 32 weeks pregnant, and she's not feeling well. So we gotta let her get her rest. But yeah, for the kneecap, a lot of people do get stuck on the kneecap, and the kneecap is actually pretty simple. I just usually start with a circle and then a smaller circle on the side, and then I do 2 just little lumps on the side, there, and then like that. And that's pretty much all I do for my kneecap. Now, because this knee is going to be locked out straight, it's going to be locked out. It's not going to have the big bony protrusion. If you're looking at it from the front and you lock it out, you see the skin wrinkles up on itself, which means that this muscle is going to be wrinkled up here on it. So is this one. Now, these are pretty big muscles, and granted, she's a warrior, but I do want to make her really slender. I made her very lean. I've given her visible abs, and almost you could see some of the veins in her abs. So she's real lean. She's a real compact machine. So I don't want to lengthen them, but I want to thin these muscles out. So the end muscle will probably be about that thick. This one will remain as it is. And then this one will be a little thinner as well. That's probably the line I'm going to use. Then here we just connect them. And then we're going to bring this down to where, more than likely, this is where the ankle is going to be. The ankle is going to look like that. Because you'll have a bone here, another bone here. Because when you draw a foot, the ankle is higher here, lower here. This is just so happens where those two bones meet up. It's not a big deal. And if you get it wrong, people normally don't notice. But when you're talking about the inside of the calf, then now your bottom leg has a different set of muscles, and you pretty much only have two that are really visible. Well, maybe three. But if we think of this as the shin bone, going all the way down, normally your shin bones are only really visible up top here by the knee. This muscle is going to be long and sloping, whereas this muscle is going to be sharp and come in like that. See what I mean? Now, if you want to think about it technically, if you're looking at it from the inside, it's going to have more of a curve in like that. And it'll come down until the bone pops out here. The bone will pop out here. And then you have another strap that goes over the front. But again, because she's so lean, we want to make sure that these are really accentuated and we thin these out a lot. This will also be pretty thin. Sorry, I thinned that out. And thin this out. Now when it comes to her foot, now feet are hard. No matter what you do, feet are going to be hard. But the best way to think about it is to start off with like an anime style, like a Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon. Because when you draw the anime feet, everything's super simplified. This is the leg, the heel. You draw the foot, and it protrudes out more to the big toe side. So it'll stop further, and it'll swoop out here like this. So I like to make that shape first. Sorry. I like to make that shape first. Then draw in the individual toes where they're going to be. Now because she's jumping, I want her to have kind of like almost like with her toes kind of like that. So her big toe is going to be a little bit further out. Like this, and then it's going to separate quite a bit from her second toe, which will be separate just a tiny bit from her third, her fourth, and her fifth will be tucked under, almost all the way under. And then we're going to come in later and add all the veins for the lines, and then like that. So I think that'll work out pretty well for this pose here. And we're going to put her some bangles on her, some tribal beads for her anklets. And we're also going to put up here a knife holder. You know, she's a bit savage, so she runs around the jungle, and she does have a knife on her side, tucked in. Now, and the most important thing when you do these straps is to get this line that goes across how you want it to be. Don't let the line judge how you make it. You got to force the drawing to do what you want it to do. Now, I'm imagining, let's say this is on this leg, the strap would be coming here and then tied up here like this. So I'm going to swing it around and it's going to taper in. Same on this side. And I might even show a little bit of on this. And draw a little bit of a crease lines. But you want to make sure if you're fabric is bowing up, you want to make sure the underside of it is darker. And then we want to make a small protrusion because this is where the knife's going to be, and it'll be some sort of a what do you call those stone knives, those obsidian knives where they chip out the edges so it'll look really rough, almost like an arrowhead. And then a handle wrapped with some sort of deer tendon or something. I don't know what they have in Africa. I don't know what those deers are called. But yeah, so yeah, pretty much that's the leg there. And that's about as highly rendered as I'm going to go. And this is more than I would normally go. So let's, just for the sake of showing you how I would start to darken this in, this will work. Because she does have all the lights coming from up top. These muscles, you have to think about how thick these muscles are, how much they protrude away from the body, because you're not going to see all this because, unfortunately, skin covers it. So I would myself, bring the leg out fairly thick. I wouldn't be scared at all putting this line down. I mean, this line's going to be thick. Her leg is thick. It's a thick line. Bring the line down. Make sure not to. It's hard to draw with this camera in the way. But bring that down, and you just do the outline. Just get yourself ready, like that. And you see these areas here are going to be darkened up, same as here, and here. They're going to be darkened up because this is, that's where the sun's coming from, and we're going to come in here and do this too. And then the underside of this ball, we're also going to have, it's not going to be stark black, but it's going to have some shade under it. And don't just, I can't stress enough, do not under any circumstances be scared to put down any line whatsoever. That's why we got white out. You can use any kind of other there we go. We can fix things. Things can always change. Nothing has to stay. And you're never going to get better unless you commit to something and really go for it. There we go. Now this line we have to do a little bit thinner because it's not the outside line, it's the inside line where the light's hitting. So we got to make it a little thinner. Leave some space. And muscle. Now again, this muscle you'll see a lot. So we can almost black out this entire thing. Because there's a big dip. There's a big dip from the top of the muscle to the crease. So that can all get, you know what? A lot of this is going to get blacked out. Yep. All this is going to get blacked out. And again, I don't want to waste my time or waste your time showing you all of just me blacking out a bunch of things. And then from this leg here, this bone, you're going to have a small area of pure black, and a lot of this side is going to be shaded. A lot of this side of the leg. Same as this. So I hope that you found that informational. As regards to my own comic book that I'm working on, I'm taking a little break from that. Like I said, I've been working. Today was a 14-hour day. And no rest for the truck drivers. But I hope you found this informational. Oh yeah, one more thing. This strap of muscle that comes down on either side, you're not gonna, unless the person is super thin like her and super fit, you're really not gonna see that muscle. But if you want to show that it's there, you can always just do a real faint line where it exits from this big middle quad and this secondary muscle here. Right where that exits from each other, you can put a little indent right there. And that will showcase that muscle enough. And if you wanted to, you can put on the line on that side. But other than that, the leg, the leg is really all about shading. You're not going to have a lot of hard lines. You're not going to have a lot of you're not going to have a lot of guidance when it comes to the leg. So that's what it would look like raw. All right, well, I hope you guys found this informational. I appreciate you waiting till the end, and I'll have another video up soon. See you later. Oh, don't forget to if you have any questions, put them in the comments of the video, and I will answer any questions you have. I appreciate it.